Hi everyone, this is Phil here. I wanted to give you an update on where we were at on fixing the trailer. A lot has happened, and this video is going to be a little bit different because you watching me do this work would probably be really frustrating for you. So I decided to do it more on taking a shot in time and describing to you what I went through to get it to that condition. So we're going to start out here by talking about, this is the base trailer the way we've got it, the way we started with it, okay? This is a picture from the back of the trailer with the ramp down, and you can see the wood interior. This was all came with the trailer and things. The green thing here on the floor with the toilet seat on it's my composting toilet. And the buckets are, of course, just 5-gallon buckets that I bought to use for different things. But everything else is the way the trailer came. And so this is kind of the blank map that we started with. And you're looking toward the nose, and you can't really see the angle on the nose, but that's a pointed nose, that center line there in the trailer is where the two sides come together, and back down both sides you can see another metal strip where they merge into the sides. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this particular trailer just the way it is, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add insulation to the sides. Now the insulation to the sides, one of the things that I needed to do was, you can see there's real fine pieces of trim on this. They appear as just thin pieces of wood. I just took all those off is basically all I did, but I left the rest of the wood on it the way it was. And behind that wood, the way it is, there's about an inch between that wood and the outside of the trailer. And the wood is 3/8 inch thick wood on the side. So I wanted the first thing was to put a vapor barrier down over the wood, so we kind of stopped the air from the outside of the trailer mixing with the air from the inside of the trailer and creating more of a moisture situation than we really wanted it to do. This particular picture, we've transitioned to a picture which was taken after the vapor barrier was put up. The vapor barrier itself is a 4mm clear plastic, just like you'd use for a painter to stop, paint from falling on the floor. And it just goes up, and it comes in 10-foot wide sheets, and you can cut it to whatever length you need to cut it to. So it fits pretty well. Just one piece will do one side. And I put it on the walls using a combination of staples. I stapled it up, and then I also used some adhesive, some panel adhesive behind it to help bind it to the wood. Next, I put the actual insulation on the walls, and as you can see, it goes up just like you would sheet rock, if you will. They're real lightweight, easy to move. You cut them with just a utility knife to cut them to size and things. And I put these right onto the vapor barrier, right over the top of the vapor barrier. And originally my thought was to just put them up with panel adhesive, but I decided against that. I wanted a little more security than that. So I went ahead and screwed them. I just used screws with washers, and I would screw 2 or 3 to a panel and screw it right into that wall, that wood that you saw in the background. And that's all it took to hold those in place. This picture was taken from just off the back of the ramp in toward the trailer, toward the front. And here I've added the actual paneling to the sides of the trailer. It's not all completely done and touched up. As you can see there toward the front, there's a gap, and I just haven't secured it totally yet. But I wanted to show you this picture because it has a couple of things that were important to me as I went down through here. One, as you can see toward the upper left-hand corner inside the trailer, you can see my vent. It's the white thing, looks like it's got blue in the middle of it. That's an air vent I put in, and that was scary because I cut the outside of the trailer and dropped that in, and you have to be very cautious to make sure your measurements are right and you're putting it where you want it to be, and that you're not hitting anything vital as you go through the side of the trailer. And so I got that done and put that up. And in the middle of the trailer there, about halfway down, you can see it's a light fixture that's there. That fixture came with the trailer, and what it is when you have the trailer electrical hooked to the car as you're going down the road or something, if you stop and you want to look in the trailer for some reason, that light has power to it the way it is now. And I'm going to leave that in place. I probably won't use it very much because it would have to be hooked to the car in order to use it. But in those cases where I am hooked to the car and I just want to get in the trailer for a minute for something, I can turn that on and I'll have light in the trailer with no problem. I'd also have light with my power system, the way I'm going to set it up with the battery power, with the 12-volt battery power too. But that's the way the paneling is going to look. And then I'm also going to take that same paneling and I'm going to do the roof the same way that I did the sides. I'm going to go up with a vapor barrier and then insulation and then the paneling on top of that. So it'll end up that the paneling along the walls is going to match the paneling across the top. So it'll be, and again, I wanted to put a light color in there because the space is smaller, and it'll make it just a little lighter inside of the trailer. And of course, the vent is clear, and so it's a little smoky, but you get light down through that also. So this is where I'm going to end this particular update. It's been great so far. I've got a lot of things done. There's a lot of things that you haven't seen that I've been working on behind the scenes. So you'll get that in a future update, hopefully not too far down the road. So y'all have a good week now.